Kicking us out, saying it's time to close. We're leaning on each other, trying to beat the cold. Carry your shoes and I give you my coat, yeah. We're walking these streets like the paved gold. Any old excuse is not.
I suppose I wrote the book because I wanted the trade to get some sort of recognition. I got fed up of people asking me what I did for a job, and I'd spend ages explaining what we did, and they still wouldn't understand what we actually did for a job. So it's kind of that part of the reason for the writing the book was that, really, just to give people an idea of what I do and what people like me do for a living.
Neither one of us wanna take that taxi home. We're singing a high time, standing on chairs.
I think I described the book as it's a very funny insight into this reasonably unknown trade, although the trade is getting more popular. It's a very open and honest account of the rope access trade. I'm maybe more honest than some would want me to. I reveal quite a lot of things that some people wouldn't wish I would reveal. It's all in good humour. But apart from the funny side of the trade, it also the book also describes what it's like to be on the road, away from your family, which then kind of deals with things like depression, which is quite a big thing, not for everybody, but for me it was. So yeah, it's a very open and honest account of my experiences within the rope access trade.
In a time like we are millionaires, laughing our heads off, the two of us there.
Yes, I wrote the book whilst still working in the rope access trade. I still work in the rope access trade now. Most of it was written whilst I was working away from home, sleeping in the back of my van. I'd find a wine bar or a pub and try and make a pint last 4 hours, or a lime and soda last 4 hours, because I didn't really want to sit in there and spend a lot of money. I just wanted to focus on writing the book. So a lot of it was written whilst I was living out in the back of a van. So yeah, it was written, the book's written, a lot of it is from memory, but yeah, the book is written as it was happening. So yeah.
Time like we are millionaires.
My first job was the new Severn crossing, the Severn Bridge. I'd come straight from being a postman, which was a reasonably easy job. I got chucked straight onto the Severn Bridge, went up in the lift to the top of the tower, climbed over the edge 150 metres up over the river, got handed the tools for the job, the rope bag filled with rope. I think altogether it was probably 40 kilograms hanging off my waist, or hanging off the seat. And it was a bit of an arse twitcher, if I'm honest. It was quite a shock, although I'd been climbing for many years before I did the rope access course. It still doesn't, I don't think it still prepares you for, it's one thing climbing and abseiling in the mountains, but to be given a lot of industrial kit to abseil down a structure with is quite, yeah, it was an experience, but it took me a while to get used to it. But yeah, that was my first job, thrown in at the deep end, I suppose, but it did me good because it prepared me for what was to come. So yeah, that was my first job. My worst job, my worst jobs probably involve a lot of pigeon crap on ledges and on buildings. But to be honest, it's not so much a particular type of work that's rubbish. It's more, again, it comes back to the being on the road type of thing. You spend a lot of time away, and you can't be too fussy with what work you pick. So you get work, you get offered work. If it means you travel 8 hours from home and stop over a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, then that's what it is. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't mind it because it gives me a chance to write, but it's the worst part is being away from the family. So yeah, it's swings and roundabouts really. But for me personally, my worst job, there's too many to name here. It's more the type of thing we do, which is travelling away a lot. So that would be my answer for that.
Seeing that sunlight hit your eyes, been up all night, but you still look amazing to me. Yeah, had the time and now you only dream.
Ooh, the reaction of the rope access wheel to my book. I'm not sure. I know people are enjoying reading it. I've had a lot of feedback from guys and girls emailing me, messaging me saying it's hilarious. It's a brilliant book, but obviously not everybody's going to think that. I think some people in the industry won't like the book, mainly because it's full of people who enjoy criticising others, putting people down. They don't like other people getting on. There's a lot of competition in the industry. So in that respect, I think some people won't like the book, but, which is fair enough. You know, I can't please everybody. That's the way it is. But hopefully, yeah, the general reaction of the book at the moment is people are enjoying it, and I know people who are not in the rope access industry are currently reading it at the moment, and they're enjoying it, especially the stories of countless voyeurism, which is always a popular subject. So thank God that was in the book. There's a lot of that in the book. But if you haven't read the book, then yeah, go out and buy it and enjoy it. It's an interesting read about an industry that, like I said before, not a lot of people know about. But if you want a job where you can earn reasonable money and travel abroad doing the work, or if you want to do a very free and easy job in terms of when you work and where you work to fund your hobby, then yeah, rope access, you know, is the one. And hopefully this book puts it into people's minds that this job is something to do if you want to travel, if you don't want to be tied to a leash that working in full-time employment brings, where you have to pick your leave on certain dates of the year, etc. If you just want to be, I suppose, not a rolling stone, but if you want to be free within a job, then this is the job, really. So yeah, like I said, for those who have read the book, thank you for reading it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And for those who haven't read it, yeah, go out and buy it and enjoy it. It's available Amazon and Waterstones. So yeah, get reading, folks, and I hope you enjoy it.
God came down to take me now. It's in my mind, and we will always be singing our hearts out, standing on chairs.
Is it me on the cover? Yes, it is. And you'd be shocked to know I'm not a model. It is my underwear. No, it's not my underwear, really. But no, why did I choose this cover? Mainly because it's a little tongue-in-cheek kind of laugh with the industry, because if you read the book, you'll understand the type of things we see or do, or at least the type of things that used to happen in the industry. So it's just a little light-hearted joke with the industry, really. So yeah, enjoy.